Hello and welcome to today's video. I'm very excited about this video. As an art YouTuber, I wanted to share my experiences with you after a year of doing art stuff on YouTube. Now, I am by no means a YouTube expert or an art expert, but I find this type of thing very interesting. As somebody who's doing YouTube, I like to see what other YouTubers experience. Hopefully this will be of value to you in some way. I have some little tips and then just some things I've observed. Before I get into everything else though, two things that have been really driven home for me after my experience is that, first of all, it only really takes one short, simple video to blow up enough to get enough subscribers and enough watch time to get monetized in a very short time. It can happen. And secondly, even if that does happen, it does not mean you'll be rich and famous right away. So a little bit of context about myself and my goals is probably going to be useful. I consider myself an unprofessional artist, more of a hobbyist, really. I have made money, I have sold artwork, but I am by no means, I've never had it as a full-time job. I don't have any art education or anything like that. My original intention for starting this channel, or really, well, we'll get into that, for starting to post art videos was to document my journey and kind of keep me accountable too, because I felt like if I was going to post videos, I'd have to make art, you know? When I started posting art videos about a year ago, almost exactly a year ago, I had been using this channel for other things, just silly videos that I wanted to make. Now, even though I started posting art videos about a year ago, I actually started making and posting YouTube videos in 2019 to another channel of mine. It's a DIY channel. I didn't make a ton of videos, but for a while I was fairly consistent. So I did have some time and experience doing YouTube. But because that channel, my other channel, was kind of meant to be part of a business, I created this channel to post random silly videos that I wanted to make, but that my other subscribers probably didn't care about. But then I decided I wanted to focus on something, and I wanted to make more art, and so I would put my creative energy into that. So when I started mainly posting art vlogs, I had 76 subscribers who may or may not have been interested in art, but beginning at the end of November, I started posting a couple times a month, not super ambitious, but kind of consistent. And by the beginning of May 2023, I had 280 some subscribers. And on May 4th, I posted this video that really pretty much took off. Like I said, I was mainly posting art vlogs to document my own artistic journey and to keep me accountable, and it more or less has worked. Lately, I know some things have been going on, so it's fine. I haven't been doing as much. Now, like I said, I started posting art vlogs mostly to document my art journey and keep myself accountable and keep myself making art. And that's more or less worked out. And now onto the part I know a lot of you are interested in, which is monetization, or making money from your videos. Yes, I am part of the YouTube Partner Program, which means I am earning money from AdSense when ads run on my video. I'm also eligible to use other monetization tools like Super Thanks and creating a membership and connecting a merch shop, but that's not something I have focused on yet. So I'm not going to talk about those things so much right now. I actually am interested in connecting a shop to my channel. On it, I've talked about this in another video, I think, or podcast, I don't remember, but not so much to make money. I mean, that'd be great, don't get me wrong, but I just like designing things and I want to make myself some shirts, and then, you know, why not also have them available for anybody else who likes them? But let's get down to business, okay? As of today, after being in the YouTube Partner Program for about 6 months, I have made a grand total of $78.90. Literally pennies a day, but honestly, I think it's pretty amazing. Like I said, this was something I just wanted to do to document my art and make more art. Would I like to create a real business from this? Yeah, I simply have not taken the time to focus on it though. It's mostly just been me making videos when I can, not thinking a whole lot about a strategy. I think if I applied myself, I might be able to make more money. But for something I'm going to be doing anyway, I think it's great that I could make $78. I mean, I love making videos. I have ideas that I really want to do, but actually the past year, so for about as long as I've been making my art videos, I just haven't been able to focus as much as I would like perhaps on that because of other things going on. Maybe in 2024, I can think about getting things together a little more. When that one video was starting to do really well, I had several brands reach out and want to do brand deals or sponsor videos. Only one of those was really related to art, so I didn't care about the others. The one I probably would have liked to work with, but honestly, I was really unprepared, and when I wrote back, I probably kind of unprofessional and not like rude, but I probably should have gotten my act together a little better, and they didn't write back to me. So maybe in the future. I think because my channel has lost a lot of that momentum, I may not be positioned to get a lot of offers for brand deals at the moment, but I don't think that should be discouraging to you. I have seen small channels with less than 1,000 subscribers. They're not monetized on YouTube perhaps, but they have done brand deals. I think if you've got your stuff together, you could get a deal. I do believe that. There are YouTube experts who talk about making a good deal of money with a very small channel. It's not something that's impossible, but I'm probably not the person right now to tell you how to do that. That being said, Squarespace, Epidemic Sound, makers of fine art supplies. If you want to work with me, let me know. Send me an email, or let me know if you want to send me free products. So now I wanted to talk about some more practical or technical aspects of actually starting a channel and making videos. One, I think, very good tip I have is to create a Gmail account specifically for your YouTube channel. Don't give that email to anybody. Keep it a secret, because that is one way to protect yourself from being hacked. If hackers have access to the email you are using for your YouTube channel, they are that much closer to being able to get into your stuff and take over your channel, delete it, all sorts of horrible things, I would imagine. If you've already started using a Gmail account that other people might know about, just make sure that your contact email on your About page is different from the email that you are using for that YouTube channel. Second, when you are making videos, just be sure to follow the guidelines, follow the rules. Don't do anything that'll get you in trouble. I mean, that should go without saying, but sometimes it needs to be said. When it comes to music, be sure you're using royalty-free music or music that you have the license to, because even if you're not monetized now, you could be in the future, and you don't know how much you could be making from certain videos. YouTube has an audio library that you can use. There's also a website called creatormix.com, and they let you use their music in anything. Just be sure to give them credit. Of course, there are other sites where you can buy a license or pay for a subscription. Just make sure you're not using something that will get you a copyright strike. Something fun I've been messing around with a little bit is making my own music tracks, if you could call it that, in GarageBand, just using the loops that they have provided. And then that's my song. I own the rights to it. And I'm not a musician. I'm not saying it's amazing music, but it works for just a little ambiance or background. And no matter how bad you want to grow your channel, please don't do shady things like buying subscribers or doing sub for sub. Even if that wasn't just a bad practice and something that would get you in trouble, it really doesn't matter, because I have found through the experience of both of my channels, you'll probably reach the necessary amount of subscribers before you get the necessary watch time. If you're getting the type of watch time that you need to get monetized, people, if they're watching that much, they're going to want to subscribe as well. So subscribers really aren't what you need to worry about if you want to be monetized. When it comes to actually filming your videos, most experts will tell you that the audio is more important than the video or the visual aspect. And even as an art YouTuber, I really fully agree with that. Personally, I don't need to watch a 4K video, but if the audio is bad, that just really ruins it for me. Granted, my audio isn't perfect. I realize that, but I do try to make it at least tolerable. One thing I don't like is when the speaking portion of the video is very quiet, so you have to turn your speakers up, and then they blast you with music. And that's, I'm not trying to be critical, but it's tough to watch when a video is like that. Again, I know I'm not perfect when it comes to this. There have been times when I uploaded, I thought everything was okay, and then for some reason the audio was weird. So I do apologize for that, but it is something to keep in mind if you're making videos. That being said, you don't have to have a fancy mic or fancy camera to get started. It's so much better to start with what you have and figure out what you even like to do before you go out and spend a lot of money on equipment that maybe you don't even need. I will say it feels a little different sometimes when you're making art for content. No matter how you try to ignore the camera, just knowing that you are recording something, even if you tell yourself, it's okay to just do whatever. It feels different than just privately making art without a camera rolling. I think it's probably something a person eventually gets more comfortable with, but it can be difficult at first. That being said, I don't think a person has to make incredible genius works of art for other people to be interested. I really feel that simply sharing your process, your thoughts, your views, how you work, I feel like that's really enough. I personally prefer watching videos where people seem to be very much themselves and not trying to be the most amazing, cool, extreme, perfect, whatever. That's not to say you can't be good or try your best, but I think the most important thing is to be real. I will also say this about creating content. The video I posted that sort of blew up, it wasn't particularly remarkable or cinematic. The art wasn't that great. My thoughts weren't that profound or revolutionary, but it was a video that I feel like I just had to make. It was a thought I had to share. It kind of came to me, and I didn't think it would perform so well, but it was something I truly wanted to say. I was just very passionate about the message that I wanted to share. And there may have been other factors at play, but I do believe you have to be excited about what you're putting out there, because if you're not, then other people won't be either. Now, as you may already know, somebody is always going to be angry about something on the internet. But actually, most interactions that I've had have been really great and pretty inspiring, honestly. I think the only time I ever had really hateful, rude comments was on my sketchbook video, which is kind of to be expected. Anytime you have more people, more eyes on something, the more chance you're going to have of people who are going to be negative. Honestly, the most distressing thing about the negative comments on that video was that I thought people were misunderstanding me and thinking that I was trying to tell them how to make art, when I was kind of telling them the opposite, that they could do whatever they want. Obviously, it may not be like this for everyone. The further your content goes, the more reach it has, the more likely you are to be the recipient of some mean comments, because, again, no matter how harmless or wholesome something is, somebody's going to get mad about it. If you get negative comments, take them with a grain of salt and know that most of the time, it's important to remember that somebody being mean to you on the internet is more a reflection on them and not you. It's not about you being inferior. It's about them wanting to be jerks. Again, I've had so many wonderful comments, people especially commenting on the sketchbook video, saying how they've been struggling with that very thing and how the video made them feel better. And it's an amazing feeling, not because I did such a great thing, but because those people cared enough to reach out and tell me that it helped them. And it's just really amazing when the internet can be used for good. Also, if this is something you want to do, don't believe for a second that you have no place starting a channel, that you're not good enough or interesting enough. If you want to start a YouTube channel, you absolutely should do that. Don't worry that your style isn't like so-and-so's or that you're just not innovative enough even. There will be people who appreciate your perspective and your style. There really is nothing new in the world, but to see something through somebody else's eyes, presented in a different way, that's what people want to see. Truly, the best part of this has been connecting with people. I've had so many wonderful comments, inspiring comments, and just connected with people I wouldn't otherwise. And it's really great. You may have heard this before. I know it's kind of cliche, but it's very true. If you never start your channel, you are 100% guaranteed to fail. You're not going to go anywhere with it if it doesn't exist. But if you do start a channel, you've got a good chance of succeeding. And when I say succeed, I don't just mean growing a huge channel and making a lot of money, although that's very possible too. Success can also mean making more art, growing in your art, connecting with people, learning new things, learning about things you didn't realize you'd even enjoy. If you've watched this far, I'm really impressed and I really appreciate it. And I would like to know if you want to start a channel, if you have, what your goals are for that, what questions you may have that I didn't address. But anyway, thank you for watching. I appreciate it so much. And I'm gonna quit now because I've been talking for an hour.